There's some exciting news that will be released from the Supreme Court is projected to be this week. We will keep you updated as soon as that news is released. We will be releasing it on our YouTube channel as well as to our email to all of our followers and users of our application. If you're interested in getting on our email list, all it takes is signing up at app.myloansense.com and you will automatically be enrolled in our email list, first and foremost. Also, please do subscribe to this channel if you do like similar content. Today's video, we will be talking about responsible student loan management and payoff strategies. And I did a webinar probably like a year and a half ago about do I pay off my loans quicker or do I pay them off and slower and get loan forgiveness, right? Do I pay them off like my hair's on fire or do I pay them off slower and get loan forgiveness? So what is the responsible strategy for you? So I have some slides prepared here. So first and foremost, with the COVID pandemic, there's a lot of this resurfacing questions and asks because of the payment pause at 0% interest, right? If something costs nothing to hold on to, then there's no need to pay them off quickly. But now that we're about to enter back into repayment and interest is about to start, I wanted to go over this again, okay? So should you pay off, now that interest is starting, pay off your student loans quickly, or should you continue to pay off as little as possible over a certain number of payments and get loan forgiveness, right? Which is best for you? Well, our platform, first and foremost, can give you a completely free analysis so you understand what your potential payback will be. That's step number one. Understand what your overall payback would be. Okay, but beyond that, let me go to the next slide so we could talk about these strategies. So pay it off quickly, you have stable income in the private sector, because in the public sector, you have to consider more options of loan forgiveness. But let's say you have a lot of income, not a lot of income, stable income, and you have less debt than income. Let's say you earn $80,000 and you have less debt than your income. Let's say you have $40,000, but you earn $80,000, and you work in the private sector, have stable income. This is a great candidate for paying it off quickly. Additionally, you have not just said you can pay extra, but you have tried paying extra for 6 months plus. Let's say the pandemic pause ends, you can pay extra for 6 to 8 months. You could pay 150% of your payment to 200% easily to accelerate payoff, and you're comfortable doing that. You're a great candidate for paying off quickly. Also, you may be a great candidate if you could get your payment term to under 5 years. You may be a great candidate for even considering refinance options, which I will link to our partner below so that you could see different refinance opportunities if that's the right fit for you, okay? Who is the candidate for pay less? Okay, if you work for nonprofit or government, if you make less income than you have debt or similar amount, or even up to 0.75%, right? Let's say you earn 100,000, but you have debt of 75,000. It might be really hard to accelerate payoff based on your income. So, you have pretty large debt, and then it's pretty obvious if you have more debt than income or 1.5 times debt, like that's going to be really hard. But if you have similar debt to income, that may also be hard. So understanding very specifically, what is your projected forgiveness opportunity if you don't pay off quickly? That's also good to understand, and you can get that free analysis in app.myloansense.com. In fact, we will tell you what the projected forgiveness amount is. Let me see if I could pull up our app right now so we could visually see what I mean by this. If I don't have to do dual authentication, I should have had it pulled. Okay, so it's loading. Okay, so for example, I was able to log on. Let me get rid of this video, and you see here, once you answer a few questions, upload your loans, we'll give you, okay, this plan, your standard payment is $436. If you pay $142, that's what you qualify for. This particular person qualifies for $34,000 of loan forgiveness. This person is a great candidate to actually pay less because they qualify for loan forgiveness, and that loan forgiveness amount will result in paying back less than they borrowed, okay? So that's an example, understanding what kind of forgiveness you can get, and also You have to weigh the amount of forgiveness you can get against how much trouble and hardship you're going to have to accelerate payoff. Those are specific examples and instances in which you will consider paying it off quickly or paying less, okay? Let me see. Okay, the next slide is actions to take during the pandemic, but we're exiting the pandemic now. So actions to take, I mean, obviously during the pandemic, we said stop making payments, because if you're paying off quickly, stop making payments, save your funds because it's zero interest, right? If you qualify for forgiveness, obviously you want to enroll into a program that will qualify you for forgiveness. So since we haven't exited the pause payment period yet, if you're trying to qualify for forgiveness, make sure you're enrolled into an income-driven plan that will qualify you for forgiveness. And it's not too late to do that. You should do it before the pandemic ends. That may require consolidation for some people. You can get that information within our app, okay? So I wanted to go over that. So that's a summary. Should you pay off quickly or should you pay off less? Depends. If you're a prolific saver and will have more income than debt and not just think you can accelerate your payment, but actually do it for 6 to 8 months, you may be a great candidate for paying it off quickly. If you get projected forgiveness, you're a public servant, or you have a large amount of debt, then consider minimizing your payment and getting loan forgiveness, or just paying what is required, okay? Those are some strategies for responsible student loan management and what to consider during the time we're about to get out of this payment pause. I made another video that I will link to and make it go back to this one, which is understanding what type of student loan programs and payments options there are in case you graduated during the pandemic and have yet to understand what payment options there are. I will link that to the end of this video. Let us know if you have any questions, comments. Please leave them below. Again, we cannot wait to report to you when the Supreme Court decision is released. And thanks for letting us provide information. But also, if you have any doubts about your student loans, again, you can always get a free plan at app.myloansense.com. Please share, like, and subscribe.